Hey, it's Jeremy from Rapido Trains again, and I'm here today to show you some of our upcoming products and tell you all about the release dates and give you some details. And
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
What's going on?
what are you doing on my set?
This is our set.
Exactly.
Yeah. Take a hike.
I think you should leave it to the pros today.
I've been here over a year now.
I know, but you're still on probation.
But
I think you should just leave it to us.
Leave it to Janet.
this is my job, man.
And cut and swipe.
Get out. Hi, everybody. Janet from Rapido Trains.
And also Jordan.
So we're here today to give you an overview of our latest product releases
Upcoming order deadlines.
and soon to be arriving goods.
That works. Upcoming order deadlines in April include the Alco PA1 and PV1s in HO.
Are you sure that Jason wants us to discuss that one now? I'm not so sure he does.
Well, you can check with them on the phone there.
All right, I think I'll give him a call. It's ringing. He's not answering.
Well, let's just get this out of the way then.
All right. The Alco PA series locomotives are considered by many to be the most attractive diesel locomotives ever produced. Our all-new HO scale model is the first mass-produced plastic model of the PA series to feature completely accurate contours generated using a 3D laser scan of Doyle McCormack's preserved unit. Our first run of HO scale Alco PA models feature loads of road name specific details, dynamic or non-dynamic brake versions where appropriate, full underbody piping and conduit, separate grab irons and handrails installed at the factory, etched metal grills where appropriate, lit number boards, headlights, and green and white class lights, lit control stands and full cabin interior, operating gyro light or red Mars light where appropriate.
And also the PC&F B100 40 series boxcars.
Built exclusively for the Southern Pacific Railroad in 1976, these 50-foot 7-inch boxcars featured a 5195 cubic foot capacity, full hydrocushion underframes, 12-foot door opening, and car pack loaders. After the Southern Pacific was merged into the UP in 1996, a handful of these cars even made their way into UP paint with the UP shield while keeping the SP reporting marks. Also, in the mid-1990s, 19 cars from this series were rebuilt and renumbered for the Golden West service using the VCY reporting marks. These cars could still be seen in service well into the 2010s and may still be online today. Later on, a number of the cars were also purchased by the Columbus and Greenville. Still in operation using their as-delivered paint scheme, most of the branding was patched out with just the Columbus and Greenville reporting marks placed on one end of the car. After 20 or so years in service, a group of 50 cars were purchased by Amtrak for use in express service. These cars operated on many long-distance trains nationwide until most of them were withdrawn in the mid-2000s.
This fleet of cars features the iconic half-height waffles on the side of the car, separate door rods and tracks, 100-ton trucks, see-through etched metal coupler platforms, full hydrocushion draft gear, underbody, and lots more separately applied detail, including metal grab irons and full underbody detailing. Launching this March, we have the all-new HO scale Santa Fe RR56 reefers. Classified as all-purpose MTC or mechanical temperature control cars by the Santa Fe, the fleet number 200 and the RR56 plus the RR60 and 61 class of reefers were delivered in the late 1950s. Features of the Rapido RR56, 60, and 61 mechanical reefers include a design drawn from original blueprints and diagrams, separate door posts, ladders, and door latches, plus cup levers, a fully detailed underframe with all the piping and mechanical equipment as per prototype, detailed cushion draft gear, with real Katy number 158 scale whisker couplers, positional roof hatch, which can be positioned either open or closed, see-through grills, a Train diesel generator included in the car body, and an optional sound unit which can be purchased separately. Also launching this month is our all-new HO scale Northeastern style caboose. One of the first mass-produced steel cabooses ever produced, the first batch was produced for the Reading Railroad based on a proposed USRA design in the early 1920s. Reading's success with these cars resulted in orders for many other Northeastern railroads, including the Central New Jersey, Lehigh, New England, Lehigh Valley, and many others. In our first release, we have 8 very cool, unique road names. Some of the details we have included on these cars include 3 styles of truck, 2 different cupola roofs, 2 tread or 3 tread steps, 2 different sides, 3 different end walls, 2 different running board styles. We have multiple optional parts included as well, including stacks, window blanks, etched window frames and screens, toolboxes, and much more. These models also feature operating interior lights and a full underbody detail package. Also launching this month, we have cast resin coal loads for the GLA hoppers.
I've been waiting for those. Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. A lump of coal in your stocking. Speaking of the GLA hoppers, these models have an order deadline of March 15th, which, if you're watching this video on the 20th, was last week.
Next up, we have our much anticipated E8As and E8Bs.
That's right, Rapido Trains Inc. is pleased to introduce the HO scale EMD E8 and E9 locomotive. Now, what makes Rapido's E8s and E9s different than everything else on the market? Simple, we're doing it right. Every E8 model out there is a best guess as to the nose, roof, and windshield contours of the real thing. At Rapido, we don't believe in making guesses. That's why we commissioned a 3D laser scan of UP-E8 number 942 at the Southern California Railway Museum. A 3D scan ensures that we get those impossible to guess contours bang on accurate. Our engineers then trace the scan and shrink it down to HO scale, adding all the prototype specific detail. That means you can rest assured that your Rapido E8 and E9 models will be 100% matched for the real things. And that includes Rapido's limited edition model of the first ever Amtrak E8, number 4316, which we're making to celebrate Amtrak's 50th anniversary in 2021.
Next up, we have our N-scale new look bus, and we all know how much I love buses, right?
Yes. Yes, we've had lots of fun with buses in the past.
Teeny buses are okay. Big buses, not so okay.
Have you seen the N-scale bus yet?
It's so teeny tiny, but it is so packed with detail.
We've put all of the detail, almost all the detail we put into our HO bus into this model.
How do we do that?
Rapido Trains is pleased to introduce the first ever new look bus in N-scale. With nearly 45,000 built between 1959 and 1986, the new look, or fishbowl bus, was the face of North American transit in the latter half of the 20th century. It will be available in more than 12 different paint schemes, including the one from that movie about the bus that couldn't slow down. Anyway, all of our N-scale new look bus models will feature the correct tubular profile traced from a 3D scan of a real new look bus, single stream rear exit door, early 5303 rear engine door style, left side emergency exit door, 3 front bumper styles, steel, water, and rubber factory installed as appropriate. Full interior, including driver controls, passenger seats, and grooved flooring. Real rubber tires. Separately applied mirrors. And an optional rear air conditioner unit, also factory installed as appropriate.
Next, we've got our HO scale F59PH locomotives. Janet, you know a lot about the F59s, right?
I know I do, and I tried to convey that information to the rest of the train modeling world, but
We do have a bit of an update. The orders for the F-59 have picked up quite a bit in the last few months. The single stripe Metrolink scheme is now safe, but we do have others that are not quite yet. So the original as delivered Metrolink, the later ribbon scheme, as well as Trinity Railway Express are all very low in terms of their orders. So once we get the bi-level passenger cars in, the matching cars for the F-59.
Is there anything that you can... We need to do something big, something splashy that will say, you know what, you got to order an F-59.
Right.
What could do that, though?
I don't know. I just wish a big idea would just roll into my brain.
You know, that
so
would
that
be
I
great.
could.
Can you imagine if we were just standing here and all of a sudden the solution popped into our heads?
I can't imagine what it could be.
I'm sure it's right under our nose.
I would just love to get everybody really, really excited. Oh yeah, we're bright.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We're bright.
Yeah, how long did this take us to figure out?
Long time.
You know, we should have told Jason about this like a year ago.
There's a reason why we work at Rapido.
We will do some extra promos and get those numbers kicked up so we can probably go into production during the summer. And then we don't have to make any more videos about people not ordering F-59s. Due this spring and summer, we have several products on the way from the factory. These include the SW1200s, which will be arriving in 2 different batches.
First batch is in April.
Yes. They better be here in April.
Yep.
Janet wants your checks.
Correct.
Don't put that part in. The later phase F40s for Amtrak, the Rio Grande Ski Train as we have right here, and several other road names.
The N-scale Canadians are on the way. The HO X31 boxcar, the HO F30 flat cars, the HO GARX meat reefers.
Yes, we've had those on the way for a while now. This is the first one we've done in several years.
That's correct.
So thanks for joining us for this quick overview of a selection of our new and upcoming products. Of course, this is just a handful of our items. Please visit us online at rapidotrains.com for a full listing.
You can also check out our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
We have a Twitter page.
Yes, we
Hard to
do.
believe. Yeah.
We haven't been taken down yet, so
No,
we still
not
have
yet.
it.
So we hope you enjoy the rest of the show. So what do we do now?
I don't know. I guess I'm going home to my COVID home.
Walk the dog? What happened to Jeremy anyway?
I don't know what happened to him. I hope he
Disappeared.
didn't get offended.
All right. Well, great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right. Bye. The HO Gary meat reefers.
Sorry, that's GARX.
Oh.
It looks like. Sorry, my printing is terrible.